Hello, hello, my beautiful pink sisters. My name is Marcia Jackson, and I am a Thrive. I just want to jump on really quick and talk to you about self-care. As you can see, I'm not really camera ready, but this been on my mind for the last hour, so I said I need to jump on and talk to you ladies about self-care and how important self-care is. So I just want to ask a question. What are you doing to take care of yourself? For me, exercise is a big thing. I really have to make sure that I get my exercise in every day, and that's what I did this morning. So I'm not really ready, but making sure that you get your exercise in, and I do know as a cancer thriver, survivor, thriver, whatever title you may want to give yourself, sometimes the exercise portion of it it's you just it's so hard to get it. And I get it, ladies. I understand, especially if you just finished with a round of chemotherapy and you're tired, you're weak, you're throwing up, and all those things are happening. Exercise may be the last thing you're thinking about, but it is so important for us to get that in, some type of movement. It doesn't have to be a strenuous exercise. It could be a simple thing as just walking in your home, going outside, sitting in the backyard, walking, just making sure you get some type of movement in. It's so important for our health as cancer survivors, thrivers, or whether you're still going through your journey. And for me, you're always going through your journey. Once you get diagnosed with cancer, it's a forever journey because even when you go into remission, you still have to be so careful to make sure you stay in remission, make sure you stay inactive. So it's always a journey. But to get back, making sure that you're exercising. It could be, strength. You have the band. Like I have a band here that I use. Sometimes I'm on my desk and I just, just get my exercise. And it could be, your weights, anything, but some type of movement is so important as we are going through our journey. The next thing is, meditation or relaxation. Those are considered self-care, making sure that your mind is right. I will never stop saying mindset, because I know, the way we think, what we're thinking, making sure we are stress free. I know you cannot always get rid of stress, but there's some things that you can do to eliminate the stress. So that is very important because we know stress bring on a lot of things. So, pick your stress. Pick your stress. You know how they say pick your battle? Pick your stress. You don't have to take on all those stress. Some of the things you can get rid of as much as you can. Eliminate your stress because it's so important for our journey, our well-being. One of the next thing for me is making sure that my nutrition is right. Nutrition is so, so, so important. And I can speak from experience, making sure what's going into our body serves our body. What we eat is so important. And for me, I use my food as my medicine. And like I mentioned to you, I am a thriver. So I'm not talking about something that I don't know. I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and it's been 2 years now since I was diagnosed with cancer, and I am inactive. I became inactive 3 months ago, and I never did chemotherapy. I never did the surgery. I never did the radiation. Not saying that what I did will work for everyone because is a lot of work goes into approaching a holistic way. I am on a medication called Xeloda. I am taking that medication. I've been taking it since October. But in addition to that, what I put into my body is so, 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 so important. I make sure I'm putting the good stuff in. I'm making sure that I'm keeping my body alkaline. I'm making sure that I'm eating the green leaves, leafy veggies and all those things. So, for me, the nutrition is number one. And I consider that self-care, making sure I take care of myself. These are self-care, the exercise, the meditation. I make sure I get into the sauna. I make sure I get my IV, a high dose vitamin C drip. I make sure I relax, meditate. I make sure I go for I do my exercise. And there's several exercises that I do, but I make sure I do those things because for me, those are the things that are keeping me not just alive, but making me thrive. I just don't want to be a cancer survivor. No, I want to be a thriver. As you already know, once you get diagnosed with stage 4, there's no cure for now, and you're never going to be in remission. And my doctor say I will never be in remission. However, based on my PET scan, I am inactive, no cancer activity in my body. Hey, I keep it. So there are several things that I must do every day to make sure I stay that way. And I had made a video before and I share with you that I take about 3.5, 4 hours in the mornings just to get myself ready. And it's not to do my face or my hair or anything like that. Those things are very simple for me. The 15 minutes and I'm done. But what takes me 3.5, 4 hours is my self-care regimen. Making sure that I exercise, making sure that I'm doing my green juice, making sure that I'm meditating, making sure that I'm journaling, making sure that I'm reading something for even if it's 15 minutes, very motivated, or listening to something. I sit still and do those things, and then I move my body. And so those for me are myself getting into the sauna. All those things are self-care. As I said before, you cannot give what you don't have. So I pour into myself daily. And ladies, this is so important. We must pour into ourselves. When you're on the plane and they tell you before you put the mask on the person next to you, put it on yourself first. Think about how important that is. Imagine you're on the plane and the bag come down, the oxygen mask come down, but instead of putting it on yourself, you're going to put it on your neighbor. What's going to happen? You are probably going to die from not getting enough oxygen while your neighbor or the child, can you imagine if it's a child and the child can't even help you? So when you think about how important it is to pour into us and making sure you get in your proper self-care. It is not selfish, ladies. Self-care is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. No one is more important than you, not your children, not your husband, your sibling, no one. You must pour into yourself first before you can help someone else. So, for me, that is a big thing. Like I said, I make sure that I pour into me first, and then I have enough spilling over that I can give to my family, I can give to the community, I can give to everyone else. So I just wanted to take this moment just to remind us of how important it is to make sure that we're doing our self-care and whatever that self-care may look like for you. Everyone may have a different thing for their self-care. Some women like to go shopping. I don't like to shop. I really don't. So some women like to go shopping. So that might be their self-care, just to go into the store and just, window shop or shop. And that they may feel good doing that. Or, like me, my exercise, making sure my food is right. That's my self-care. So whatever your self-care looks like for you, make sure you're doing it first for you. Ladies, it is not selfish. It is a priority for us to take care of ourselves first because I tell you this, as a cancer thriver, survivor, or whatever you may call yourself, we are more prone to get cancer again if you're in remission, for the cancer to come back, or if you already have cancer to get a secondary cancer. We're more prone for that because our body, our immune system been compromised. So that's why it's so important. Even when you think you're out of the woods, you still must. This is not a one-time thing. This is not a seasonal thing. This is a forever thing. From the day you get diagnosed until the day we leave this world, we must do everything to enhance ourselves, to build ourselves up and our lifestyle change. What I know from talking to several women that have been diagnosed with cancer, prior to cancer, we spend our lives giving to other people, pouring into other people, taking care of other people. And if any time is left, then we'll put a little bit into our lives. But it can't be like that anymore. It has to be the opposite. We take the time to pour into us, and then when whatever is left, we give it to other people. And this is, I'm so serious about this. I'm so serious. No one is more important than you, not your children, not your husband, not your wife, not your sibling, whoever. No one. You must take care of yourself first before you can take care of anyone else. So, ladies, that's all I have today. I just wanted to share that with you. If you like this video, please subscribe, share it with another sister. Until next time, as I always said, although I don't know you personally, I love you. I love you because we are connected. We are connected. Until next time, take care.